Transformers, Rise of the Beast. What's good, guys? Yo, what are you gonna Savage back again for another movie review? We have Transformers, Rise of the Beast. I can't lie, guys. I know the movie's been out probably about a month now. I watched the movie a week ago. I should have done the review then. So much to do, and then by the time I was ready to do it, I was like, oh, let me just do it when I'm in the proper mood to do a review, and you know what I mean? So, got to watch it twice now. Rise of the Beast, man. Where do we get started? Okay, the subplot of this movie, well, the synopsis, I think everyone's gathered from the trailer. I probably think a few things a little bit confusing to people. Yes, it's a prequel to certain ones of the movies. I think it's set in 1994, around that time, New York and stuff like that. Main character's the guy named Noah. It's him, his little brother, his mom, I think it is. The side story to Away from the Transformers is just a guy who left the military, not doing too well for himself, and is trying to go for job interviews and all this stuff. And his brother's got sickle cell, and medical bills and all that. He's trying to help his mom pay out. She's got a regular job, so that's where we go with that. Noah. The other side of that was the girl who she works in the museum, and she stumbles across the Transformers artifact, the Torque Key, which is a key that can open space time and open portals for you to get to different planets. So that's what that is. Transformers kicks off with the Maximals. They're in battle with Scourge, who is he's fighting the battles of the Great Unicron, which is pretty much Transformers' version of Galactus from Marvel, or Marvel's version. You know what I'm saying? So he's a devourer of planets. The Maximals planet is one of them. They basically sacrifice themselves with the Torque Key and their planet and leave to protect it. And it's in two parts, so if they can move them apart from each other and hide them forever, then nobody will be able to get through space-time and stuff like that. And you know what's going to happen. The girl who worked in the museum stumbled across this artifact and messed with it a little bit. And yeah, it sent out a signal to the rest of the world, so Unicron and Scourge know where they are, and the Transformers that are on the planet, which some of them are hidden on Earth, Autobots. Yeah, Prime and them, man. Yeah, then the battle is against them to decide, because obviously they want to get back to their planet as well, so that's the battle that the Transformers have. The Transformers want to get back to their planet. From Noah and the girl, they want to destroy the key to stop this thing from happening to save Earth, so, you know what I mean? And the battle in the end is to try and save both, and obviously, judging from the sequels after, which everyone's already watched, they obviously didn't get back to their planet, did they? Because there's all these movies been made after, so probably went a bit the long way around it then, but I was trying to remember because, as I said, I watched it and then I watched it again, and both times was last week. So let's get to the characters, because let's be honest, it's a Michael Bay movie. Visually, Transformers is great. I thought the effects were really good. I like the characters somewhat. Noah, played by Anthony Ramos. He's a decent actor. He's good. I actually like him in this more than I've seen him in anything else. I always found him quite annoying, to be honest. The Transformers themselves, Prime is Prime, legend, you know what I mean? A little bit different in this. There was a few, you know what I mean? But legends are legends. I love the Primals, especially Optimus Prime. Thought he was great, played by Ron Perlman. Voice matched him perfectly. Although he's got that thing about him, and it's not a disease, it's something where he's got, you know what I mean? So people were calling him like a gorilla and stuff in real life, which is, I thought, kind of mad that he played Optimus Primal still, but he must have known going into that, you know what I mean? Had Mirage. Mirage was probably the main Transformer in this, because obviously he's the one that Noah stumbled upon in the car in the trailer, played by Pete Davis. Funny, very funny. He added the comedic value for the whole movie. Was it over the top? Not really, you know what I mean? He talked a lot, but I didn't mind him. I think he added that element, and I think Pete Davis was the right person. I have to say though, Lisa Koshy's person, she played RC. Oh my god, this is where the negatives of the movie get. I'll just say the movie was a good time in it. RC was so annoying. Apart from the way she physically looked, which was cold, she was a motorbike and then with a human on top, but she transformed. Everyone knows RC from the cartoons. Everyone looked a little bit different. Unicron looked completely different to me. So did Scourge, but she was so annoying. She just kept saying cheesy lines every time she turned up on the scene, and it didn't match the tone of the movie. And it was even I was watching it with my son the first time, and he was picking up on it straight away. He's like, why do they keep saying cheesy lines like this? And they did it with some of the other Autobots as well, and some of the Maximals, but she was just, every time she turned up on the scene, and we was getting to the point where we were waiting for her to jump on the scene for her to say something cheesy. That's how it got. So that was quite annoying. Dominic, what's her name? Dominic Fishback. I think I first saw her in that movie with Jamie Foxx, that Power whatever movie. She was a young and up and coming actor then. Obviously we've had COVID since then, so she's probably like flipping 5 years older or something like that. She played Elena in this. She was the girl who worked in the museum. Listen, I don't want to be too harsh on her because at the end of the day, I'm a movie critic. I'm not like I'm an actor myself, but I can pick up on these things pretty easy. And the overacting in parts was very silly. If she toned it down a little bit, it would have made it more interesting and the character would have been more likable. But she kept overacting. Like when she was in contact with Unicron or Scourge or one of the villains, the way she was making these over the top noises, and if she had to like jump from one small plank to a brick wall, which was like 1 meter, I mean, she'd just like weird sound effects and stuff, and everything she done was weird. So I didn't like that, and it took me away from what in the movie sometimes. So I'm not too happy about that part. But let me just say, listen, visually it's perfect. It's a Michael Bay movie. You know what you get from Transformers. At this point, going into the movie, you know what you're going to get from Transformers. Or the only thing you're looking at is, did they do everything with the Autobots right? And does everything look visually good? And the main character, which was Noah, are they likable? Yes, and yes on that part. But I don't think like we're going to ever get another great Transformers movie anyway. I think it's just going to be a 7 out of 10, good time. You can watch it with your family. And then when it comes out on DVD or when it's on TV or Netflix or something, it's a movie that you can just sit down, have it on in the background, but you know, you don't mind pausing it to go to the toilet and make drinks and stuff in between. Or just going to make a drink and leaving it on. That's where it's going to get to. It's not something that you're going to watch intensely after you've watched it one time. Let's get to the main talking part. By now, it's been a month or 3 weeks since it's been out, so it's no spoilers and stuff like that. I don't really want to get into it because I think it's stupid. But the post-credit scene, yeah, they basically merged with another movie, G.I. Joe, and Snake Eyes and them, man. And makes no sense. And I'm sure I can go watch some breakdown video and they'll tell me it makes sense. I know what I know. I watched G.I. Joe, I watched Snake Eyes, I watched the cartoons, and it makes no sense. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I can't lie, at first I thought it was Pacific Rim or something like that, but nah, G.I. Joe. Good time, man. What do I give this out of 10? I give it 7 out of 10. That could, you know what, 6.5. I don't want to push it, but still a good time because 6 is good for me. 5's average. I've been your boy Hugo Savage. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know how your your experience of Transformers went.